Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. So today I managed to stop by my local comic book shop, which is actually about 60 miles away from where I live, so I'm not often able to get there. But when I do, it's a good day. So I picked up a few books. They ended up all being DC, and this is one of them. I have issue number 1 and issue 2 of this series, Batman the Shadow. And this is going to be a 6-issue mini-series. And I really like it so far. The writing's by Scott Snyder and Orlando, and the art is by Riley Rossmo. So I have reviews for the first issue and the second issue up on the YouTube page here. So if you haven't checked those out, I would highly recommend it. I like this series quite a bit. So, like I was saying though, this is issue number 4. So I missed the time when issue 3 was out and it sold out. This series is doing really well. I found one number 4 in the shop and there was, no number 1s, 2s, or 3s. So I've got 1, 2, and 4. So I'm going to try and find issue 3 before I review this one, but if not, I'll go ahead and review that. So I also got a few of these, Bane Conquest. I've heard really good things about it, both the art and the story. And yeah, online I've heard good things, so I decided to go ahead and give it a try. I like miniseries, book miniseries, because you know how long they're gonna be. Basically you know what your investment is gonna be. So this Bane Conquest is gonna be a 12 shot. So I went ahead and I got the first issue here, issue 1, and this is the regular cover. They had the variant cover, but I kind of thought this looked cool. So we got Bane Conquest number 1, 2, and 3, which I think are all of the ones that are out right now. Don't quote me on that, but I think they're the ones that are out right now. I saw a couple comic book reviews on YouTube for issue 1 and issue 3, so I was like, yeah, that does look pretty good. So I haven't read them at all yet, but it looks pretty interesting. You imagine Bane and Batman teamed up. It's a good idea. So I got those guys, and then also I picked up Super Sons number 1, because I've heard a lot of good things about this too. Batman the Shadow I wanted to get regardless, but Super Sons and Bane Conquest I picked up because of other people's reviews, and they really seem to like these a lot. I've heard a lot of good buzz. And this is kind of a cool idea anyway. You've got a new Superboy and Damian Wayne, Robin, are a team. And I was reading about this online a little bit, and I guess Super Sons, it, it wasn't these two characters originally, but Super Sons originally was in, I believe, 1973, and that was when it first came out, but it was totally different. But they were called Super Sons, and it was a Batman and a Superman. But that's all been retconned anyways. So this first issue is called When I Grow Up. It's a really short comic. I went ahead and counted the pages, not the ads. And it's only 19 pages, but they do the Rebirth special of $2.99, so that's alright. And yeah, I thought it was really pretty good. The art by who was it by? Oh yeah, Jorge Jimenez is really good. I like his art. he has to draw children a lot because the main characters are kids. And I'm not much of an artist, but from what I've been told, that's one thing that's actually kind of hard. Usually, in comic book art, you're drawing adults most of the time, so he's got to be a pretty good artist to do that consistently. So what had happened here is Jonathan Kent is the name of Superboy, and he's at school, and they got in a snowball fight with these bullies, but the bullies put rocks in their snowballs. Yeah, they're no good. So it hit this boy and it hurt him. And you've got the classic, Superman when he's a boy not wanting to reveal his powers, so he's going through that same thing. But a giant snowball crushes the bullies, and it was because of Damian Wayne, of course, is on the rooftop. So he came to the school to talk to him and stuff. In this comic, they already know each other. So we see a little scene with Batman here, and we get the contrast between Batman's parenting style and Lois and Superman's parenting style. Whereas Batman's obviously very strict and harsh, but, good. And then you get the real warm, loving, you could say, traditional family with Superman and Lois. So it's a really wholesome comic. Like, you could definitely give this to a kid, The heroes are, like, age appropriate for the book. Superboy's 10 and Damian Wayne's 13 in this. But, yeah, it's really good. And, like, this scene here is really great. It's about standing up to bullies, essentially, and how to be a hero and stuff. I mean, it's a little corny, but I think it's a great message. And I kind of think of this comic as probably being targeted towards a younger audience. So Superman gets called to the Justice League. So he takes off. It's pretty cool. And, oh yeah, Damian shows up at, sorry about the shadow. Damian shows up at Superboy's house and rousts him out, and they're going to go on an adventure. So they head out, and they're going to go break into LexCorp because there's been hacking and break-ins and they want to investigate it. Oops. And they get there and they're climbing up the side, and then I don't know what's the deal with Lex Luthor Superman. I kind of don't like the idea just on principle, so I haven't looked up why he has a Superman getup and can fly around. So anyways, they get caught by Lex outside of his building. So let me know what you thought of this review. Kind of a different style, just a quick one. It's a short comic, but I liked it. I'd recommend it, especially if you're getting it for a young person. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Oh, and I'll have the final issue for Amazon's Attack, number 6. That's the last one. And see how I like these miniseries. We're going to have Amazon's Attack. Will be all wrapped up. And then I might start taking a look at Bane Conquest if people have interest in that. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching. If you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. Helps me out a great deal. Thank you.